Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this video that I am about to record today. And it's a beautiful morning here in Sweden. The sky is blue, and it's my normal recording or sitting hour, 8 o'clock in the morning. And so many people have started to follow my channel, and I'm so happy and grateful that you have found something that you are feeling interested in, and that's something that can bring you forward in your life, and that makes my heart full. So what I can do is just convey information and keep doing so in my own spiritual growth, and I am still working on deepening my trance and with you guys there watching, and that encouraging me to go on. And yeah, if you feel like having a private sitting with me, I'd be happy to serve you and be happy to do that. And I live in Sweden, so we try to find a suitable time that it's good for both of us. So just reach out, and we get connected that way. So yeah, today's video is I really don't know what they are going to talk about. We had some questions, I have exposed them to them, and some of the questions are a bit too personal to get personal answers in this way. So if you have a personal question, and if it's rather private, you please connect with me and we arrange for you to have a private sitting. And so we'll see what they do with that, and I am not sure what they would like to leave for information today, but just let's get started and take a small meditation with me as I am going into trance. And yeah, just relax, and starting my backup sound track here. Yeah, it's recording. So yeah, relax and enjoy, and I'm sure they bring you some healing or some loving energies. So It is with great pleasure that we may come and speak with you today. It has been many people who has gained information that has been guiding for them, and many has asked questions within themselves, not necessarily exposed them, but been triggered in thinking of matters that means a lot to them by listening to the previous videos, which is very good that you start your curious mind to investigate and to get stimulated in some way, so you can find your own solutions within yourself and in your mind, and that will bring you forward in your own path. And by starting to think those thoughts, that leads to another thought, which leads to another thought, that creates growing and expansion within you that will bring you forward on your own pathway to where you are for your own individual life, where you are going. So that is very good to expose yourself to information that stimulates and start those chain reactions of thoughts within you. And of course, life is meant to be lived, and life is meant to be spent here on earth. Once you incarnate, it's meant for you to stay here and be here until your time is up. And you will find within yourself that if you relax and just start to live your life, you will find ways that is much easier than focusing on solving situations within. Of course, they need to be solved, but you don't need to dwell upon them for longer periods of time, and you don't have to get all that emotional stirred up in solving your situations. You can look at them and you can register your emotions and your thoughts that goes with the situation, and you can finally take that viewpoint from a bird's eye, and you can take a further look, and you can just redirect it, and you can just simply go by and change it if you want to change it. So it doesn't have to be those larger and major difficulties or things. So you can just go about and enjoy your life, because life is meant to be lived. And for you that has had people that have passed away and left you, there is no death, and they will always be around you when you think of them. And of course, cancer is a very difficult situation to move through, and it's a learning and growth for the person who moves that direction. But it's meant for those who are still on the earth plane to continue their lives, and those who have passed away, they are happy and content where they are. So they just want you to be happy on the earth plane and continue your life, and don't be bothered, and don't spend time thinking that the passed away has difficulties or pains or anything like that, because they don't. they are happy where they are, and of course they have been connected and in line with your life on the earth plane, but now they have moved on to another dimension, and they are happy, and all they want is you who are still on the earth plane to be happy and content in your life, and to release that grief and start to enjoy the time that you had together, whether it is a husband or whether it's a dog or a cat or a in-law or a mom or whoever has passed away. Try to focus on those happy moments, and just be happy that you are still here and you have time to spend here on the earth plane, and they are happy where they are, and there is no difficulties for them, and they can be around you, and they can have their energy connect with you, and you can always think your thoughts to them, and they will respond in the way they can by their energy presence, and sending you some flies or birds or feathers or whatever way you believe that people from the other side can connect with you. So you just simply go about your life, and if you think of them, send them love and appreciation for the time that you spend together, and those heavy moments and difficult times. If the person died of illness and you spend a lot of time in difficulties and pains around that person's last moments on the earth plane, you just accept that it was really hard, and sometimes life is hard, but it will pass. That will also pass, and you can move into happy days again, and by living that difficulty, you will find that there is always someone who needs to hear your experience, and that can be assisted and helped and guided from that experience. So don't be don't be afraid that the experience was unnecessary to move through. There are always learning things from experiences, and there are always people around you that will come to you because that you have that experience. To follow a mother or a husband or a loved one to the other side is it's very beautiful, and of course it can be painful, and so much sadness, and but sometimes life ends that way, and you on the earth plane can support, and you can be the stronger one here on the earth plane for them to release and to be able to let go. So you have a task, even if you are grieving, and even if it's difficult, there is always tasks to fulfill. So there will be a lot of progress going on within science, and the learning experiences from following people who are moving through what you call as diseases, and for the science people to research and to test and try and so on. They will expand in their way of chemical investigations, and they need, of course, patience to try their methods on, and they learn from those who are moving through illnesses and diseases, so they can watch and they can find their ways of medical treatments and so on, and they can develop medicine in the way that the disease is developing. So the science will grow from those souls that has voluntarily agreed before incarnation to be part of that in the hospitals or medical centers, or being testing persons for the science, and all healing which is occurring when you are exposed to any illnesses or disease, all healing, whether it's from chemical treatments or whether it's from herbs or natural medicine, healing is occurring within the situation, within the energy fields of the physical body and mental body and emotional body. It doesn't matter whether you use the chemicals from the science or if you use the herbs. As long as your physical body is ready to cope with the side effects of the medicine, and of course herbal medicine has its side effects as well, and the chemicals can be more or less harmful to the physical body. But as long as the physical body is prepared and is able to take care of that in the system, and perhaps you can give yourself something that will ease that chemical effect on the physical body. So as long as the healing is taking place and the person is also in need for believing in the treatment that they are receiving. If they do not believe in the treatment, it's not going to work. So some people are directed towards those natural medicines and natural healers, and some are drawn to the science and the chemical treatments. So whatever you find is the right way to do, that's the way you're going to be healed. And the science are working many ways side by side with the natural medicine these days, and of course they are learning from each other, and they're finding ways to implement those natural substances and ingredients into medicine. And of course, when it comes to the herbal medicines and the natural medicines, there are always ingredients from the Mother Earth that is needed for the medicine, and that can be difficult to find in those. And those amount that is needed to produce the medicine. So if they can find a chemical substance that can be as effective as the herbal medicine, and the chemicals are not affecting negatively upon the physical body, it's good if they find something like that. So the science and the natural medicine is working hand in hand, because they are already learning from each other. And yes, the person who is using the substances, whether it's a natural medicine or chemical medicines, they need to be in line with that thought. They need to be in line with the belief structure. And that's the way they can get some treatment and healing. So it is the way you are and the way you believe and think. That's the key to any healing. So if you heal and you find a treatment, you find a way that has been very helpful and assisting for you, it's not necessarily that's the way that it's going to be with someone else. Someone else might be exactly the opposite and finding their healing. So there is no a way, it's many ways to reach that healing point. And of course, there are illnesses that is, let let us put it this way, they are experimental to the science because they have not really figured out yet how to treat them and how to heal them. And of course, that is growth. And so many appreciation goes to those souls that has chosen to be exposed to those illnesses and to be part of that science growth, because they learn all the time, and that is very good. As long as the earth is populated by humans, there is always going to be new illnesses and viruses and bacteria and so on, because as a human being you leave a trace on the earth plane when you live, and you are spreading those viruses and bacteria around you when you live. And many times there are many people living in the same area and the same housing, and so as long as people are living on the earth plane, there is always going to be a variety of new illnesses popping up. And both science and traditional healers are going to be needed over time, and they will soon see more beneficial pre-treatments coming up. And that is more in line with the natural medicine and the natural way of healing, and that the science and the chemical industry are starting to use their medicine in order to prevent something to burst out. Today they know what indication is on the early stages to develop heart conditions and to develop diabetes and so on. They know the first signs and they find ways to pre-treat that, and that is more and align with the natural medicine. So we just have to find a way that we believe in, and when it comes to your own healing and your own situation and what you're dealing with, find that which you believe in and stick to that, and you will find solutions for you. There might be a healer somewhere where you live and you want to visit that healer, and there might be some herbal medicine if you start investigation, and if you start to treat yourself, and you will see that when you come to the medical doctor and the science side of the whole thing, they might find everything is fine, and you have actually taken care of the healing yourself. So to find one's way after a difficult time, after someone who's passed. It's grieving time, and sometimes it needs to be still. And that stillness in life is actually providing a great healing for the system, for the soul to recuperate. And don't be frustrated, and don't be pushing yourself, because as long as you need to recuperate, your system needs that in order to find your way. And there is a large change in life when someone is passing, and spend time with yourself, and make sure that you are in connection with yourself, with your inner being. Don't push yourself out to find your ways, but spend time within yourself and to meditate and be still. And you will see when something is triggering your mind, and you start to listen, and you start that creative thought of yours, and that thought will lead you to another thought, which will lead you to another, and then the system has started to awaken, and you are on your way to finding what to do next. So just be patient, and don't be stressed, and take care of that grieving. Sometimes it needs a longer period of time to recuperate, and gather the emotions and thoughts, and sometimes it's quicker, but give yourself the time that you need, and you will always find the way when you are ready. And that way will present itself to you when you are ready. And don't go about and, oh, how do I know if it is or not? And you try to get insecure. Don't go there, because just follow what you feel within inside, and you will see any pathway that you walk will lead you to an experience. So sometimes we have a tour. Let's say that you are walking down to the post office, and on the road you meet someone, you start to talk, and you accompany that person a little bit sideways to a cafe, and you sit down and you share a moment together, and then you finish your coffee and you say bye byes and you go about again. And that's a sort of a detour, and takes a little bit longer, and it fills you with an experience. And then on the way to the post office, there might be a traffic jam somewhere, which takes you on another tour, which leads you to meet someone else, and so on. And that's the kind of detour in the small picture. But that's what we mean, that the main goal is still there, but then you can take side tours and detours. It doesn't matter. And the main goal is just simply to live here on the earth plane, and find your task that you have within yourself, that was meant for you to do when you incarnated, and that your soul will bring you that information, and you will feel that within inside. And some people will see pictures, and some people will just feel that pulling with inside. So don't be shy. Don't be afraid that you're on the right path, because you're always on the right path. So for all of you that have exposed questions, and I hope that we have filled those thoughts that you have with some interesting, triggering extra thoughts. And we hope that you are happy and blessed. And yeah, we will see. We will get back to you, and please leave comments, and if you feel like subscribing so you can follow this channel, be happy to answer your questions and to bring information to you. And please reach out if you have private questions. Please reach out, and we can have a private moment together. So until next time, bye bye.